Okay, I think we're live. Steph, would you like to check us? Hello, if anyone's logged on early. I'm just going to mute the mic. You won't hear anything now. One, two, testing, testing. Evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Sound check, Steph. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's episode 6, it's episode 7.
Sound check, Steph. I can hear it on Julius's machine.
Okay, that means it's
So it must be working. Can you go and turn this through this? Good evening and welcome to quizVID-19 episode 7. The VE Day weekend special. So we've got the bunting. I was going to do fancy dress, but my 1940s gear kind of centers on a single garment, which is my thick knitted tank top, and it's not really tank top weather, so didn't bother. But we got the bunting. So I hope that's all fine. 1 second. Sorry, I need to check what?
You're saying that our people will just...
Right, can everyone hear? We're just looking for Emily and just looking at the comments. You can hear you. Yeah, Jamie can hear. Excellent. So that all seems to be working. If so, we've got the usual format. So we've got 4 rounds, finishing with a badly tuned piano round. Steph, I can hear what. Oh, it's on my phone, isn't it? Sorry. That's bad. So yeah, badly out of tune piano round, but that's going to be 40s songs, of course. So wartime hits of the Blitz coming up in the music round. So if you haven't got your mums and dads and grandparents on a Zoom call next to you, might be a good idea. So yeah, so I'm going to do the first round. Stephanie's going to jump in and do the second round, and they're all kind of World War II themed or something like that. It doesn't mean they're all old questions, but there'll be some kind of theme that links to it. You'll see what I mean. The first round, however, is all about VE Day and sort of wartime Britain, home front, all that kind of thing. So round 1. Quick shout out before we start. Thank you, Lynn. This evening's beer of choice is Brewdog Clockwork Tangerine Citrus Session IPA. Thank you, it's delicious. So thank you, Lynn. Okay, round 1, question 1. Complete the headline on the World War II poster. Careless talk, and then 2 more words. So it's a slogan that was on a popular World War II poster, propaganda poster, if you can call it that. I guess it was. But what was the headline on this famous poster? It said, careless talk, something, something. So that's what we need, those 2 words. Careless talk, something, something. Question 2. Not too many military questions, but there are a few, obviously, because there was a war on. So question 2 of round 1. What was the British code name for the D-Day landings? What was the British code name for the D-Day landings? So Operation something. It wasn't Operation something, but Operation. That's what we want. Number 3, question 3. Who was the star of the World War II radio show called Sincerely Yours? Who was the star of the World War II radio show called Sincerely Yours? Okay, that was number 3. No, it wasn't George Michael, Gary. Good guess. It's worth a guess. It's better than leaving it blank, but it's wrong. Number 4. How was the V1 flying bomb more familiarly known? Equally, Gary, that's not George Michael. Number 4. How was the V1 flying bomb more familiarly known? Apparently one dropped in Ealing, quite close to here. Hollyoak Walk for locals. I think one dropped there. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, again, during the war, there was a comedy radio program starring Tommy Handley, and it was called ITMA, ITMA. Now, what did those initials stand for? So, the radio program starring Tommy Handley during the war, it was a comedy show, and it was known as ITMA, ITMA. What does ITMA stand for? Question number 6. The film Reach for the Sky starred Kenneth More as which famous World War II figure? The film Reach for the Sky starred Kenneth More as which famous World War II figure? Oh, I've just seen Gary's comment. Oh, I see. Yeah. Very good. Number 7. Omaha, gold, Juno, sword. What is the 5th D-Day beach? D-Day landing beach. There were 5 D-Day landing beaches. I'm giving you 4 of them. Omaha, gold, Juno, sword. What is the name of the other D-Day landing beach? All in Normandy, all next to each other, but they all had different names. Omaha, gold, Juno, sword, and which other name? Number 8. Because we weren't allowed a football round last week, I thought I'd inject a football question, but it's a wartime football question. During the war, the proper league stopped. There was something called a wartime league. And those young men who weren't overseas or off, actually in the army and not available to play, they played, but it wasn't officially recognised. However, the question here is, which Newcastle United player scored 38 goals in the wartime league? If officially acknowledged, these goals would have helped him surpass Alan Shearer's club record of 206 goals. Who was he? So, which Newcastle United player scored 38 goals in the wartime league, which wasn't officially counted, but if they had been counted, he would have ended up with more goals than Alan Shearer, and hence he would have had the club record. So, Newcastle United striker during the war. It's very famous, you know. Number 9. Which wartime fighter plane was known as the Wooden Wonder because of its construction material? Most planes obviously made of iron, I guess. But this was known as the Wooden Wonder. It's not the only plane to be made of wood, but it was known as the Wooden Wonder, and it was produced in great numbers, and it was very effective. So which wartime fighter plane was known as the Wooden Wonder because of its construction material? That's number 9. Yes, Mark, association football. That's why we say goals, not tries. Number 10. Which TV show, contemporary TV show, tells the story of Gary Sparrow and Phoebe Bamford, who fall in love during World War II, even though she was born 50 years before he was? So which TV show tells the story of Gary Sparrow and Phoebe Bamford, who fall in love during World War II, even though she was born 50 years before he was? Hope that makes sense. I can't see your comment, Gary. What was it? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, would anybody like any repeats on that? If anybody would like anything again, then I'm happy to repeat any of those questions. And I'll just have a sip of Clockwork Tangerine while you sort yourselves out. Right, question 10, Mark, yes?
3 and 7.2s.
Question 10. Which TV show tells the story of Gary Sparrow and Phoebe Bamford, who fell in love during World War II, even though she was born 50 years before he was?
3 and 7. Oh,
okay. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 from Stephen. Let me go through those. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Number 2. What was the British code name for the D-Day landings? It was called Operation Blank. Not Operation Blank, but Operation something.
And Gavin missed question number 1, so
Okay.
you can repeat that. Hello, Gavin.
Question number 1. Hey, Gav. Complete the headline on the World War II poster. It was a very popular poster. It said, careless talk, something, something. Complete that headline. Careless talk, something, something. And it's not George Michael. 2, 3.
2, 3, 5, 7, 8.
3, 5, 7, 8. Number 3. Who was the star? Hello, Catherine. Who was the star, the number 3, of the World War II radio show called Sincerely Yours? Very popular light entertainment show. Number 5. Tommy Handley starred in another comedy radio program during the war, and it was known as ITMA. ITMA. What did those initials stand for? ITMA. 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8. 7 is the D-Day beaches. I'm giving you 4. I want you to name the 5th. So I will give you Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. Which D-Day beach is missing? That was 7. Number 8, which Newcastle United player scored 38 goals in the wartime league? If officially acknowledged, which they're not, these goals would have helped him surpass Alan Shearer's club record of 206 goals. So that was 8. Question 9 for Jamie. Which wartime fighter plane was known as the Wooden Wonder because of its construction material? I say fighter. I think it was a fighter stroke light bomber. I won't be too technical about that. Which wartime plane was known as the Wooden Wonder because of its construction material? Right. Hi, Pram. Right. Gavin missed 1. I think we've had everything.
Yeah, we did have Gavin. We gave Gavin his.
Right. So I've repeated most of them. Which one haven't I repeated? I haven't repeated 4. This is for Pram's benefit. What was the V1 flying bomb more familiarly known as? Number 6 was the film Reach for the Sky, starred Kenneth More as which famous World War II figure? And that's it, really. So that's everything covered. Okay, so if you're all happy with that, I will hand over to my glamorous co-host, who's going to take you through the VE round. She will explain what we mean by the VE round. See you in a bit.
Heidi, hi, lockdowners. Hope you've had a good week. Hello, Mum. Nice to see you joining us and all the other mums who are watching.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam. Hope you've had a good week. Should have been May Day parade today, and for the first time in its history, I don't think it's rained, so typical that it wasn't on. But anyway, that's local news. Anyway, so the VE round. The VE round, it's very simple. The answers all have VE in them. So I think you'll get it. That's anything else?
Yeah, they have the letters VE consecutively.
So the letters VE consecutively in the answer. So if you're
like the
struggling,
word prove or curve.
okay. I think
Or
you'll get it. Let's start, and hopefully this one's easy. You'll get what I mean. So, question number 1. Who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? So that's got VE consecutively in the answer. Who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? And can I just say, I think round one actually was quite hard. But anyway. Question 2. The equinox that occurs on or around the 21st of September is known as the autumnal equinox. What word describes the equivalent event in March? Remember, VE consecutively is in the answer. The equinox, number 2 again. I'm going to slow down because people said I went too fast last week. So number 2 again. The equinox that occurs on or around the 21st of September is known as the autumnal equinox. What word describes the equivalent event in March? Oh, I realise I've missed out a question. I've gone from 1 to 3. So question 2, which will be your question 3, sorry about that. The most played fixture in top flight football is between Aston Villa and which club? Question 2 again, I'm really sorry about that. The most played fixture in top flight football is between Aston Villa and which club? So just to recap, sorry, that's terrible, but number 1 was who was a Roman goddess of love and beauty. Number 2, who was the most played fixture in top flight football is between Aston Villa and which club? Question 3 was the equinox question. Question 4. John, can you turn your phone down? Sorry. Who, according to Wikipedia, was the highest paid movie star of 1974? Question 4. Who, according to Wikipedia, was the highest paid movie star of 1974? Question 5. Which major US city takes its name from the Spanish for the meadows? So question 5 again. Remember, VE consecutively is in the answer. Which major US city takes its name from the Spanish for the meadows? Question 6. In Only Fools and Horses, what did Trigger always mistakenly call Rodney? In Only Fools and Horses, what did Trigger always mistakenly call Rodney? Question 7. Which band was managed by Andy Warhol between 1966 and 1967? Question 7 again. Which band was managed by Andy Warhol between 1966 and 1967? Question 8. What was the first name of the woman who was married to the English novelist Evelyn Waugh in 1928? That question again. What was the first name of the woman who married English novelist Evelyn Waugh in 1928? Question 9. Who was the US president at the outbreak of World War II? And there's a bonus question with this, actually. A bonus point. What was his wife's, Eleanor's, maiden name? So that's for a bonus question. So question 9, who was the US president at the outbreak of World War II? And the bonus point, what was his wife's, Eleanor's, maiden name? I hope you weren't too confused by that. But anyway, question 10. According to OPEC, which country has the world's largest crude oil reserves? According to OPEC, which country has the world's largest crude oil reserves? So, has anyone got any repeats? I'm going to get my husband to come back into the room. John? Oh, he's disappeared. I think you're running a bit behind me. Can you read out?
I'm watching on delay.
He's watching on delay. Okay. So, have you got it on my phone?
Yeah. Karina asked for the first 4.
The first four. Yeah, sure. So remember, VE, yeah, and I'm very apologetic about the mistake I made about which numbers 2 and 3 were. But anyway, question 1. Who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? You said it's Karina. Or Karina?
Karina.
Karina, hello, darling. Nice to see you. I'm not sure you've joined us before, but hi, darling. So who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? That was question 1. Question 2, which is the one I messed up at the beginning, is the most played fixture in top flight football is between Aston Villa and which club? Question 3, the equinox that occurs on or around the 21st of September is known as the autumnal equinox. What word describes the equivalent event in March? And question 4 was who, according to Wikipedia, was the highest paid movie star in 1974?
And can we have 7 and 8 for Bruce, please?
Evening, Bruce. Should have been on rugby tour this weekend. What a shame. But we had a great one last year, or the year before, which you organised. So thank you for that. So, sorry, 7 and 8?
Yes.
Which band was managed by Andy Warhol between 1966 and 1967? And question 8 was what was the first name of the woman who married English novelist Evelyn Waugh in 1928?
All right, that's it.
So just to recap, VE consecutively is in the answer.
Okay.
So I shall now hand back to my lovely husband. I've only had 3 sit. My lovely husband for round 3. I do think this is quite a difficult quiz this week. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Oh, I've stopped now.
Good evening again. Right, well, that's my phone.
Okay, that's fine.
You can put the camera on there. Okay, so that was number 2. All answers have VE in them, as Steffi explained. Round number 3 is a bit of everything. Hello, folks. Hey, Karina. Karina's on YouTube comments now. Okay. She was WhatsApping earlier. So number 3, round 3 is a bit of everything thrown together, really. So yeah, you'll find a bit of everything in here: geography, sport, literature, that kind of thing. So let's just go with it. Number 1. What was the former name of the Russian city currently called Volgograd. So Volgograd in Russia was formerly known as what? So number one, what was the former name of Volgograd? When I say former, it's probably known as things before. Let's say during the Second World War. So 75 years ago today, what was Volgograd known as? Number two, which brothers played for Scotland in the Grand Slam team of 1990? Boo. Which brothers played for Scotland in the Grand Slam team of 1990? Okay, it's not so tough so far, is it? Number three. This is possibly tough if you're not from London, so apologies to friends from out of town, but I think you may know this anyway. What is the name of the Piccadilly Line tube station that serves Chiswick? It is between Acton Town and Hammersmith, and it's the only one between Acton Town and Hammersmith on the Piccadilly. On the district, there are loads, but on the Piccadilly Line, there's only one where the train stops. So what is that Piccadilly Line tube station that serves Chiswick between Acton Town and Hammersmith? Okay, that's number four. Prime, I think you'll get this one. That was number three. This is number four. This is Prime as well. Prime, what London event was originally scheduled for 26th of April, but has now been postponed until 4th of October? What London event was originally scheduled to take place last weekend, or is that 2 weekends ago? 2 weekends ago, maybe. 26th of April, but has now been postponed until the 4th of October for obvious reasons. That was question 4. Number 5, back onto military matters. Can you give me the name of the Duke of Wellington's warhorse? Sorry, that's a bit obscure, but you have to throw a few obscure ones in now and again, just to make life difficult for Jeff.
Ian, there's been 2 London questions.
Just 2. Sorry, a bit London-centric this round. But you could say it's blinking, I don't know, Scotland-centric. No, I refuse to accept that. Number 5, what was the name of the Duke of Wellington's war horse? The horse that he rode into battle. It's quite well known, I think. So number 5, the name of the Duke of Wellington's war horse. Number 6, geography. On which river would you find the Aswan Dam? Aswan, not sure that's how it's pronounced. A-S-W-A-N, the Aswan Dam. On which river would you find, I want to say Aswan Dam. You know which one I mean. A-S-W-A-N. On which river would you find that dam? Number 7, literature. Which country was known in George Orwell's 1984 as Airstrip 1? Which country was known in George Orwell's 1984 as Airstrip 1? It's a real country, and in the book, they called it Airstrip 1 because that's what it was. Airstrip 1. That was number 7. Number 8. Which is the most expensive red property in Monopoly? We often have Monopoly questions. We like Monopoly questions. But can you please tell me which is the most expensive red property in Monopoly? This is the UK London version. I'm sorry, Ian. Again, it's another London-centric question. But I don't have Burnley Monopoly, if it exists. It probably does. Ian's probably got it. Bonus mark if you can tell me the Burnley Monopoly equivalent. Number 8, which is the most expensive red property in Monopoly? Number 9, geography. What name is given to the peninsula that juts out into the North Sea and comprises most of modern-day Denmark? It's not called the Denmark Peninsula. But what name is given to that peninsula that juts out into the North Sea and it comprises most of modern-day Denmark? And number 10, Burnopoly, Gary. I see what you did there. Number 10, slightly longer question, history here. Although just 271 words long, the speech given by Abraham Lincoln on November the 19th, 1863, has become known as one of the most famous orations in history. How do we know it today? So it's very famous. It's a very famous speech. It was just 270 words long, but despite its brevity, this speech by Abraham Lincoln on November the 19th, 1863, has become accepted as one of the most famous speeches in history. By what name is it known? Okay, that's the general knowledge round. Would anybody like any repeats? Beth, can you see any repeats?
I'm on a slight delay at the moment.
Steph's on a slight delay, but she's telling me if, although I can just about see the comments.
Number 5, please, for Steve, Knowlesy.
Knowlesy, number 5. Number 5, what was the name of the Duke of Wellington's warhorse, Steve? Can you tell me that? What was the name of the Duke of Wellington's warhorse, the one that he rode into Waterloo and all those kind of things?
I lost my Wi-Fi.
Pram, I mentioned this earlier. It is Clockwork Tangerine. It was a gift from Lynn, which was very kind of her, by Brewdog, and it's very nice. I was gonna, when I was gonna theme this for World War II, I was gonna put labels on the beer and call it Watney's Wartime Ale or something, but I didn't get around to it. So.
7 and 9 for Ian. He was busy proving Burnley Monopoly exists.
Right, 7 and 9. Ian, question 7. Which country in George Orwell's 1984 was referred to as Airstrip 1?
Number 4 for Gav, please.
And 9 also for Ian.
Oh, yes, sorry, Ian.
What name is given to the peninsula that juts out into the North Sea and comprises most of modern-day Denmark? What was the other one, love?
Poor Karuna. Karuna's having a bit of a nightmare with her internet, so she's asking for 1 to 9.
No, right.
So
okay.
Can we quickly do
let's we're gonna fly through them for Karuna. Okay, here we go. Number 1, what was the former name of Volgograd? That's a city in Russia. Number 2, which brothers played for Scotland in the Grand Slam team of 1990? Number 3, what is the name of the Piccadilly line station?
No problem, Karuna, no problem.
That serves Chiswick? Yeah, not a worry. Number 4, which London event was going to happen on the 26th of April, but it's now been cancelled for obvious reasons and will happen on the 4th of October? Number 5, what was the name of the Duke of Wellington's warhorse? I guess you know that or you don't. Number 6, on which river would you find the Aswan Dam? Number 7, which country was known as Airstrip 1? We've covered that. Number 8, which is the most expensive red property in Monopoly? 9, we've covered. And number 10, Although it's not very long at all, it takes just a few minutes to give, the speech given by Abraham Lincoln on November the 19th, 1863, has gone down in history as one of the world's most memorable, famous, important speeches. By which name do we know it now?
Okay, and Jeff has said, careful that number question 3, John. I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, well, it's definitely between Acton Town and Hammersmith, and it's definitely Piccadilly line. And I know that district, you've got funny things where at certain times it goes straight through, doesn't it, or stops at other ones.
Yeah.
The main one. Okay, if you've put Chiswick Park, incorrect. Ravenscourt Park, incorrect. What's the other one? That's incorrect as well. The other one's incorrect. We need this one. Quality quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just give number 9 for Karuna again, please? I'm not sure.
Number 9. What name is given to the peninsula that juts out into the North Sea and comprises most of modern-day Denmark? Big peninsula sticking up at the top of Germany. Stamford Brook. Thank you, Jeff. It's not Stamford Brook either. So, yeah. Okay. So that's the first 3. We now have the out of tune piano round, which of course are 1940s songs. I hear a collective groan, and apologies for not doing musicals because it's now been superseded by the Bunting theme. But we thought we had to do 1940s kind of wartime hits of the Blitz, and so that's what we're going to do. However, I appreciate this is not everybody's bag. Therefore, I'm going to give you a little help. So I'm going to give you the initial letters of the answers. Now you can either screenshot this, or I can try and I'm just going to hold it up while I talk for a second. Right. So these are the letters. You can either write them down or screenshot it or something. Quick, get your cameras out, get your phones out, and take a shot.
Okay.
You can't see that. It's difficult to see. If I was better organized, I'd have these in a little sort of caption section at the bottom.
That is quite difficult to see. So you may have to say
it's quite difficult.
Initials
you know what? I'm going to say it as we do each one.
Or I can say it.
Yeah, Steph can do it.
Okay.
Excellent. That's rough, Steph.
Right.
So, Stephanie's going to come around here and she's going to join in there. So I'll play it. Steph's going to sing along. It's going to be like a 1940s pub scenario. Right. So what?
Yeah, I think so. So the initials of the first tune are W, M, A. So that's whiskey,
Just say it.
Mama, A for Alpha. Okay, I'll just say it. WMA.
That's all you're getting from that one?
So this is number 2, and the initials for this song are B, E, A.
Right.
So that's number 2. I'm quoting the initial of the second one, but anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Question
Well,
3.
if I've got it wrong, just...
I don't know.
Right.
Question 3. You might want a pen and paper for this one.
You'll know it.
The initials. Can I just confer with my husband on number 2, please?
What's that?
No,
that's
number
right.
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 was right.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I'm obviously not recognising the tunes. Okay. The initials for question 3 are T, B, B, O, T, W, C, O, D. I'm just going to pause while you run and get a pen and write this down. That's T for Tango, B, B, O, T, W, C, O, D.
And it goes like this. I think we get that one.
Okay,
Number
number
4.
4. It's TITAMJ. So that's tit AMJ basically. TITAMJ.
Apologies if many of these wartime songs sound the same, because they kind of did. And it's also a tribute to my inability to make things sound different. So apologies for that. Wasn't very good.
That was number 4. So
What's
number
number 4?
5, ITM. That's ITM.
Just about. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll play it again later. I think you've got that one.
Okay. Number 6, LM.
Sorry. Sorry, that was awful. The next one's going to be a disaster.
Right. Okay. Okay. You will definitely need a pen and a bit of paper to
Oh,
write
just say it,
these
just say
initials. Okay, sorry. So WGTHOTWOTSL. That is again WGTHOTWOTSL.
And it goes like this.
Well done.
That was okay.
Well done.
That was okay.
Well done. Okay. Question. Number 8 is TABAE. That's TABAE. Question 9. KMGSM. That's KMGSM. And then finally, number 10, the 3 R's. R, R, R. It did. Well done. Well done.
Okay. Shall we run through them? I'll just go through them all quickly we'll just say them quickly.
Okay.
So, number 1 was WMA. Number 2 was BEA. Sorry. Number 3, TBBOTWCOD. And it goes like this. Number 4, TITAMJ. Sorry. Number 5, ITM. Just about. Number 6. Number 7. And number 9. Oh, sorry, number 8.
Cheers to Derek. I remember him playing these songs as well.
Better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9. Sorry, I'll stop giving you the initials. Number 9. That last one was TABAE. Number 9. KMGSM. And then number 10. Sorry, I messed that up, but you get the gist. That was number 10. Initials R.
And look, we've got our little evacuee.
And
He's our little, here he is, our little evacuee. Come on.
is our evacuee maker?
Yeah.
Right.
Hat on.
Okay.
Off to the country. Off the country.
Good. So that was the music round. Assume then no repeats.
Hold on,
They all kind of repeated each other because they're all rather similar. But they're of a time, of an era.
So what was number 9? Gosh, number 9. Everyone, the kids all know number 9.
The kids know number 9. Wow.
Oh no, it's from school.
Oh, is it from school?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. So the kids have done. They do evacuee day and that kind of thing. So parents with kids this kind of age, the kids may know some of these, which is good. Okay. Are we ready for the answers?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't think there's any point repeating anything. So, answers.
Can
Do you have to get out of the way? Help us with that. Is that all of the answers? Yep. Oh, they're down here. Oh, they're down here. Oh, they're down here. Right. Okay, the answers. Julia's going to help with the answers?
Yeah.
Okay. Steffi's going to do her round, and then I'll do round 3. So, the first round, the war round, as follows. Complete the headline on the World War II poster. Careless talk costs lives. So number 1, careless talk costs lives. Number 2, the British code name for the D-Day landings was Operation Overlord. Number 3, the star of the World War II radio show called Sincerely Yours was Vera Lynn, of course. So number 3, Vera Lynn. Number 4, the V-1 flying bomb, one of which landed between Hollyoake Walk and whatever that other road is, was more familiarly known as a doodlebug. Number 5, Tommy Handley starred in a radio show called ITMA, I-T-M-A. It's That Man Again, of course, referring to Mr. Hitler. Number 6, the film Reach for the Sky starred Kenneth More as Douglas Bader, the World War II pilot. Number 7, The D-Day beaches were Omaha, Gold, Juneau, Sword, and Utah. So the answer was Utah. Number 8, the Newcastle United player who played on in the wartime league. I'm not sure why he didn't go overseas to fight, but I'm sure he's doing something. He scored 38 goals. He would have surpassed Alan Shearer's record. That was Jackie Milburn. So Jackie Milburn was the famous Newcastle United striker. Number 9, the wartime fighter plane known as the Wooden Wonder because it's made of wood was the de Havilland Mosquito. So what you need there is mosquito. And number 10, I like this question. The TV show that tells the story of Gary Sparrow and Phoebe Bamford, who fell in love during World War II, even though she was born 50 years before he was Goodnight Sweetheart. I don't know if you remember it, but he finds the back of an alley where he can go through a sort of time portal, and he keeps going back to the 1940s. And so he leads a double life, and so he ends up marrying or having a romance for somebody who was born 50 years before he was. I'm sure you know what I mean. So that was number 1, the war round. Benny, would you like to?
Yeah, and apparently the bomb fell on Joe Greystock's house.
Oh, did it? Oh, fascinating, Joe. No, I know you weren't there, so it's not personally affected you in any way. It's possibly given you a slightly cheaper house. Didn't mean that. It's a lovely house. I've seen Joe's house. Right. Do you want to do the
the
right.
yeah.
You want to see
Hi,
it?
Gary.
Yeah, hi Gary. Uncle Gaz. Okay. So the V round, if you remember the answers all had VE in the title. So
Julius, can you give me another bit?
question 1. Who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? That of course was Venus.
Who?
Venus was her name. Venus. The answer was Venus. Question 2. The most played fixture in top flight football is between Aston Villa and which club? The answer was Everton. Question 3. The equinox that occurs on or around the 21st of September is known as the autumnal equinox. What word describes the equivalent in March? That's vernal. Who, according to Wikipedia, was the highest paid movie star in 1974 and very handsome he is too, or was, I think he's dead, Steve McQueen.
Yes.
Question 5. Which major US city takes its name from the Spanish for the Meadows? That's Las Vegas. 6. In Only Fools and Horses, what did Trigger always mistakenly call Rodney? Dave.
What, Dave?
What, Dave? What, Dave? Which band, and I think this is the only band that has my name in the title, Stephanie says, which band was managed by Andy Warhol between 66 and 67? That was the Velvet Underground. Number 8, what was the first name of the woman who married English novelist Evelyn Waugh in 1928? She was called Evelyn. So Evelyn and Evelyn. Confusing, huh?
Apparently they used to refer to them as Hevelyn and Shevelyn.
Excellent. Number 9, who was the US president at the outbreak of World War II? That was S.D. Roosevelt. What did I say?
SD.
I said FD.
Okay.
I said F.D. Roosevelt. The bonus point, what was his wife Eleanor's maiden name? It was Roosevelt. She was his 5th cousin, apparently. And question 10. According to OPEC, which country has the world's largest crude oil reserves? That's Venezuela. So that was question 2. And now on to the answers to round 3.
Goddess of love was Aphrodite. Is that her planet name?
Did you get me a bit?
No.
I just want my I already have one, Julius. Thank you. Round number 3. So round number 3 was a bit of everything round, but as you may know by now, I like to squeeze themes in without telling people. So if you've spotted a theme this time, then it may have helped you. But the bit of everything round was a bit of everything, but all the answers... No, that's empty. That's no good. Let me can you sort one out. Thank you. But all the answers to these are battles. So, for example, what was the former name of Volgograd? It was Stalingrad, famous for the Battle of Stalingrad. Which brothers played for Scotland in the Grand Slam team of 1990? That was Scott and Gavin Hastings. Battle of Hastings. Number 3. What is the name of the Piccadilly Line tube station that serves Chiswick on it's Turnham Green. There was the Battle of Turnham Green. It was Civil War or Wars of the Roses or something. Civil War, I think. But there's definitely a Battle of Turnham Green. Number 4, the London event that was scheduled for 26th of April, but will now happen on 4th of October, is the Marathon. And there was famously the Battle of Marathon. The name of the Duke of Wellington's war horse was a bit obscure, but apparently it was called Copenhagen. And the Battle of Copenhagen was fought by Nelson against probably the French and the Spanish. Nelson was also involved in the next one. Number 6, on which river would you find the Aswan Dam? That's the Nile, the River Nile. And the Battle of the Nile was a naval battle fought by Nelson and won by Nelson. Number 7, in George Orwell's 1984, Britain is known as Airstrip 1. It's relegated to the status of an airstrip. Of course, if you put UK or Great Britain, that's fine, but it's Britain in terms of being a battle. So UK or Great Britain is fine. Number 8, the most expensive red property in Monopoly is Trafalgar Square. And is my connection going? No, it seems to be okay. I think my connection cut out for a second. If it does, ask me to repeat. The peninsula is called Jutland, and the Battle of Jutland was the only real naval conflict of the First World War. So that was the Battle of Jutland, and that is known as Jutland. Number 10, it was just 270 words long, and it took him very little time to complete it. But the speech that he gave on that Abraham Lincoln gave on November the 19th, 1863, is known forevermore as the Gettysburg Address, because he was commemorating a cemetery for the war dead after the Battle of Gettysburg. So that's a bit of everything round, which was in fact the battles round. So if you spotted the battles in there, that may have given you an advantage.
You may want to quickly just do the answers quickly as you did. It looks like you might have disappeared for a bit.
If I did cut out, I'm just going to fly through those really quickly.
Just the answers.
Right. Number 1 was Stalingrad. Number 2 was Hastings. Number 3 was Turnham Green. Number 4 was Marathon. Number 5 was Copenhagen. Number 6 was Nile. Number 7 was Britain. Number 8 was Trafalgar Square. Number 9 was Trafalgar Square. Number 9 was Jutland. And number 10 was the Gettysburg Address. And we come on to number 4, the music, which Steph is going to read out when I need to see it as well. So she can read it from the floor. So, in fact, would you like Steph to sing them? If I play them, would you like Steph to sing them? I think she'll respond to peer pressure. That's fine. It won't stay on that. Okay. Right, the first one.
Don't know where, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do.
That's We'll Meet Again. Number 2. That was Bless Them All. Number 3. That was There'll Be Bluebirds Over the White Cliffs of Dover. Number 4. Sorry. was This Is the Army, Mr. Jones. Bit obscure, that one, but hey. Number 5, I managed to mess up. See if I can not mess it up. Was a little bit like In the Mood by Glenn Miller. Number 6. And that was Lily Marlene, popularized by Marlene Dietrich. It's interesting because the German version was enjoyed by German troops, and they saw Marlene Dietrich as one of theirs, even though she had moved to America. And of course, Lily Marlene was a song that she popularized for the British and Allied forces. So both sides like that one. Number 7. That is We're Gonna Hang Out the Washing on the Siegfried Line. Originally done by, I think it was the two Leslies. I thought it was Flanagan and Allen, but last night, anyway, one of those two. So that was that one. We're Gonna Hang Out the Washing on the Siegfried Line. Number 8. They'll always be in England. Number 6.
9.
Sorry, 9. Kiss Me Goodnight, Sergeant Major. That one. And the last one, which sounds very similar to it. That was Run, Rabbit, Run. I think that was Flanagan.
Here with my pen ready.
So yes. What are the scores? Give you a moment to tot up your scores.
30. Tim's got 30. Ian's got 32. Tim's got 32.
Good work.
Susie 30. Jess 28. 37. Jeff, back of the net.
Jeff. But then again, Jeff was born shortly before the Second World War.
30 for Bruce. 22 for Paul. Joey, that was good. 30. Gary 25. Jim 35. Just on the back of Jeff. 30 for the Gibbons. 29. And
I can't see any comments coming through.
oh, I think we might have. There might have been a short pause. So I think that the clear winner is Jeff unless there are any late scores coming. I think Jeff's won. This will be the second time that Jeff's won.
That's not really fair, is it? But congratulations, Jeff, if that is indeed the top score. Is the score from Stephen Jane? Actually, we haven't heard from Stephen Jane.
I'm not sure.
Maybe they're doing something else.
They were taking part, but no, can't see. 19 for Mark.
No, I can't see the scores on there.
Dolan's 32.
32 from the Dolans?
Yeah. 15 from Karina, but she came in late. From the choir, nice one, Karina. Yeah. It looks like Jeff's the winner. That's a very high score. I think it was a difficult round. A difficult quiz this week.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't got one from Stephen Jane.
No, I haven't. They may have gone off and.
Somebody commented that it looks like a sort of wartime set behind us. I have to say, it does work, doesn't it, with the dresser and the tea set and proper clock.
Which isn't working.
Yeah, which isn't working, but we let it because it was chiming in the quiz.
So it will be the musical rounds next week, won't it?
Yeah, next week, musicals. And yeah, no more wartime theme, but thank you very much for coming along.
Keep safe, everybody. Hope you have a good week, and see what Boris says tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Yep. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Bye bye. Bye.